What's up, Hoopers? Are you dealing with jumper's knee pain, meaning pain below your knee when jumping or running or after playing basketball? We're gonna go over one exercise you have to be doing, and it's a specific kind of calf raise that you probably haven't done before. My name is Dr. Marco Lopez, Doctor of Physical Therapy and Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist and co-founder of the Basketball Doctors. When we talk about jumper's knee, guy, it's not necessarily a resting issue. So a lot of people are like, hey, I'm just gonna rest it should go away. But jumper's knee is more of a chronic degeneration issue, and it's usually because you did too much too soon, or you've been overdoing it and your tendon is not ready to withstand the capacity of what it's going through. If you want to learn more information about what exactly jumper's knee is, click the link above here. It's a video talking about everything about jumper's knee, and we talk about how it actually begins and how you should be starting to manage it. But today we're really gonna be focusing on one exercise that people don't usually do and they forget about it, and it's one of the most important exercises you have to be doing to really help with the loading when you're playing basketball. And that's the soleus muscle. That soleus muscle is a calf muscle that doesn't cross the knee joint. So there's two calf muscles when it comes to just your calf musculature. One is the gastroc, which is the big muscle here that goes above the knee. Underneath it is the soleus muscle, and it actually starts here and then goes here. So the gastroc goes above the knee, then goes to your Achilles tendon. The soleus goes right below your knee and goes to the Achilles tendon. And this is important to differentiate that because, as I mentioned, one of them is above the knee, the other one's below your knee. So we're really gonna be working on the soleus muscle because the soleus muscle is very responsible for a lot of load when you land from a jump or you decelerate. So that soleus muscle, when you land from a jump or decelerate, what's gonna happen is when you land, your knee's gonna be bent and then your heel is gonna be kind of off the ground and it comes down. So that soleus muscle is forced to accept the load and decelerate your body. So if that soleus muscle is not strong, what's gonna happen is now the patellar tendon will start taking more of the toll. So that's why the soleus muscle is huge when it comes to jumper's knee. Hopefully that makes sense. So just think about it. Whenever you're jumping and landing, your knee's gonna be bent, so that soleus muscle has to work. If your knee was straight when you landed, that gastroc would work even more. But the gastroc and the soleus, they're both working, but we're really gonna isolate more of the soleus in this exercise. So in order to strengthen the soleus muscle, as we mentioned, it doesn't go past the knee. So we need to isolate it by bending the knee. So we're gonna do more of a bent knee calf raise. A lot of the times people do straight knee calf raises, you know, like we always do, have taught, but we're really gonna be focused on keeping your knee bent. So you're gonna bend your knee, and then you're gonna keep the knee bent the entire time, and then you're gonna do a calf raise. And what you're gonna find is when you do it with your knee straight, you're like, oh, I feel it more in the calf muscle. But when I bend my knee, I feel it lower in my calf muscle, more at my Achilles tendon. So as you can see here, I'm gonna use this for support, balance, so I'm not pressing down on it because it's not a balance exercise. I really want you to focus on the actual exercise itself. So bend the knee here, get low, so make sure the knee's almost at your toes, and then you're gonna lift your heel off the ground while keeping the knee bent. Big mistake that I see a lot of people is they'll start off with the knee bent and then they'll go into the knee straight. You're gonna start off with the knee bent and maintain that knee bent while lifting that heel off the ground. So you're gonna try to do this for 15 reps. One of the other things that I see people do is when I do this, my knee's coming inward, outward. I wanna keep my knee straight forward along my second and third toe. And when I lift up my heel, it should not go out to the side. My heel should just be going straight forward, as you can see here from behind. Not out to the side like that, or not to the inside. So that's the biggest cues. Keeping your knee bent, and when you raise it, the knee stays bent. The other one is keeping your weight aligned that second and third toe, and your knee not going to the outside or inside, or my heel not flaring out. So I want you guys to go knee bent, keep the knee bent, lift the heel off the ground, then come back slowly. If this is getting a little easier, then you use a wedge or anything that's gonna elevate your front part of your foot. You elevate the front part of your foot, now you have a bigger stretch there, and you do this exercise. So this is gonna be much harder. So think about these angles. Whenever you're playing basketball, crossing over, your knee's gonna be bent, your heel's gonna be off the ground, and then you're pushing off. So that angle, that's the angle that we're gonna be working on, that soleus muscle. So that's the soleus calf raise that you have to be doing for jumper's knee. Like I mentioned, when you land from a jump, your knee's gonna be bent. Even when you jump, your knee's gonna be bent. So that soleus muscle is one of the most underrated muscles that we don't train as much as basketball players, that we need to be training to, one, decrease your risk for jumper's knee, two, help offload that patellar tendon. That way, if you have jumper's knee, you decrease that stress on that tendon while you improve the capacity of it. We talk more about this in our 8-week online Jumpers Knee Rehab Program. Click the link in our description. It's all online, 8 weeks, perfect program for anyone dealing with jumper's knee. But this and other exercises we include in there, but this is one that we wanted to go into further detail on why we need to do it. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit about why the soleus muscle is very important when it comes to jumper's knee. If you guys have any questions about jumper's knee or what other exercise should you be doing, just comment below. We'll try to answer all the comments. If you like the video, hit the like, share, subscribe, share with friends and family and other hoopers who would need this or that are dealing with jumper's knee. We are the Basketball Doctors. Let's ball for life.